What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good today, tonight, whenever you're watching this. Hopefully the sound quality in this video doesn't sound bad. I have a window that's open a little bit because it's a little hot in this van and the air in this van does not work the best. So I apologize if the sound is horrible, but you know, I'm sure I don't even have to say that, there's a lot of people that aren't aware of the Charlie Kirk situation, because I'm sure by now 95% of you who are watching this video are probably well aware of the situation. And I tell you what, man, first and foremost, I am still thinking and praying for his wife and kids. I'm praying for everybody in his family, all of his friends, everybody in Turning Point, and just everybody else that cared for Charlie Kirk and was close to him. May the dude rest in peace. This is not something I would wish to happen to anybody. And for that guy that shot and killed him, from what I understand, I guess he was found. He was identified as a 22-year-old. I forget the dude's first name, but I believe they said his last name was Robinson or something like that. I'll have to look into that again. I haven't had a chance to really look into much because, I've been busy with work today. So, but from what I understand, they did find out who did it, and they found the guy too. And from what I understand, there's already talk of him getting the death penalty, which I believe that guy deserves. Now, I'm sure some people are going to be like, well, here you are, sitting there saying that nobody deserves to die, but here you are saying that you hope the killer gets the death penalty. Because you know what? If you're going to kill somebody for no reason other than the fact that their opinion did not align with yours, then yeah, I'm sorry, but I do think you deserve the death penalty. Either that, or if your state doesn't have it, then yeah, face a very long time in prison with the worst consequences out there. There are very few people out there that I think deserve some of the worst consequences out there. And it's people that just kill people for no reason other than maybe thinking a certain way. Or PDF files. I guess I can't really say the P word on here, otherwise YouTube will go after my videos. I'm not sure why, but yeah, PDF files. Those are the types of people that I think deserve some of the worst consequences out there. That's for sure. But beside my point, from what I understand, they do know who killed Charlie now. And I'm glad they figured out who did it and, they found the guy. For that, I am thankful for. But I tell you what, man, the past few days, I've been hearing so much crap coming from people on the left. There's a little bit coming from people on the right, too. And I'll get to that a little later. But to so many people out there who are just sitting there saying things like, oh, well, Charlie had it coming. Oh, well, I have no sympathy for the dude. You know what? I'm glad this happened. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that blah, 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 blah. For those of you who are sitting there cheering about the death of Charlie Kirk, just realize that he had a wife and 2 kids. Not only that, too, but he was murdered right in front of hundreds and hundreds of people. And a lot of people that were watching Charlie Kirk at that moment are probably traumatized now. I'm sure there were lots of kids there that saw that as well. I couldn't imagine just sitting there watching somebody speak and just watching them get gunned down like that. I've watched the video and it was terrifying. It made me so angry. It also had me in tears too. Like, why do people find that stuff funny? That's my question. I'm sorry, but if you think it's funny to watch people get gunned down like that, you have a serious fucking problem. And I am sorry about my foul language, but oh my word. I cannot believe some of the people today. That is for sure. You know, I understand that Charlie Kirk was not liked by a lot of people for many different reasons. But it just sickens me that people go to the extent of just laughing at people that get shot and hurt or killed like that. Like, I cannot believe that. Oh, well, he was a horrible human being. Oh, well, the dude was this type of person, that type of person. Oh, the dude was a Nazi, da-da-da-da-da. Give me a freaking definition of a Nazi. Give me a definition of a fucking fascist. Give me a definition of somebody that's just a horrible human being. Because the only horrible human being I see in this matter is the jackass that gunned Charlie Kirk down, and all the jackasses that are freaking laughing at the fact that Charlie Kirk was gunned down. But oh, Charlie Kirk is the bad guy. Man, fuck you guys. Fuck each and every prick out there that is laughing at the fact that Charlie Kirk died the way he did. You know, I don't like to wish negativity on people, man, but some of the people out there that are just laughing at Charlie Kirk over the fact that he was shot and killed, some of y'all just need to go burn in hell. And I wholeheartedly hate to even say that, because, you know, as somebody who's trying to work on a relationship with Jesus, that is, I don't like saying things like that. But oh my gosh, dude. Some of you just need to put the frickin' crack pipe down and seek reality. You know, there was a picture I came across yesterday where this dude, you know, he was at the rally where Charlie Kirk got shot. This long-haired guy, and it doesn't surprise me that it was a long-haired guy, because those seem to be, those people, and then the women with short-colored hair seem to be the most screwed up people, screwed up in the head type of people out there. But, you know, you had this guy with long hair who was laughing at the fact that Charlie Kirk had just been gunned down. And he was right there when it happened. How much you want to bet that guy is probably the same type of dude who wakes up in the morning and can't figure out what gender he is 90% of the time? Oh, I can't decide whether or not if I'm a boy or a girl. One thing I will say, though, is I have noticed there are people on the left, though, that have said that they are against this and that they do feel for Charlie and, feel for his wife and kids and all his family, And if you are somebody on the left that does feel for his family and you are against things like this happening, I have nothing against you in particular. That's for sure. Then you do have people out there that talk about how much they want somebody to get hurt or beat or whatever. And then they turn around, they're like, oh my gosh, that just happened. Oh, I would never want for this to happen. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like Hassan Piker, for the matter. I watched a video that he put out yesterday. Actually, no, it wasn't even a video from him. It was a video from More Pegasus. Shout out to that guy, by the way. Where he called out Hassan Piker because, Hassan, no doubt, freaking responded to the situation already. And while, yes, at first, when I saw the dude, because he watched the video of Charlie Kirk getting shot, and, his reaction was, oh my gosh, that was, wow, that was terrifying. Sat there and, told people that, they weren't going to want to see that. And I believe him there, because I watched the video one time and oh my gosh, it was terrifying to watch. Like, extremely terrifying. That's for sure, So there for a second, I did believe that Hassan Piker was devastated, and then he just jumped into conclusions about multiple other things and basically said this and that about Charlie, and it's like, what, whatever, dude. Oh, well, if I wanted something bad to happen to Charlie, I wouldn't have wanted to debate him, yada, yada, yada. You know what? You know how many people out there have debated people that probably wanted them hurt or killed? I'm not going to say any names, but I tell you what, there's people out there that will sit there and act like they don't want that, but then when the time, when they're not confronted by that person, then it's a completely different story. Now, I'm not here to say that Hassan Piker wanted Charlie Kirk dead. That's not what I'm saying by any means. But Hassan Piker is the same fuckhead that'll sit there and, justify a lot of things as far as violence or people getting hurt or all that crap. Like, whatever. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of talking about Hassan Piker. But then, you do have other people on the left like Asmongold, H3, Ethan Klein, and a few other people that were truly devastated. Like Ethan Klein, I watched a video of how that dude felt, and you could tell he was extremely devastated by what happened. The dude was in tears. He was showing some emotion big time, I definitely believe that he feels bad for Charlie Kirk. Same to a few other people on the left that I've seen that have come out and said that they feel horrible. You know, Cenk Uygur has come out and gave out his condolences as well. You know, Gavin Newsom, surprisingly, and a few other people, you know. You know, I get that we're kind of in a bad spot at this point, especially as far as politics go. I completely understand that. You know, a lot of people are pissed off at Trump at a lot of things, like, you know, him not releasing the Epstein files. And you know what? I'm mad about that too. I will not lie. As much as, for most part, I agree with a lot of things that Trump has said or done, like, I won't lie. I am pissed off about the fact that the Epstein files haven't been released yet. Whether or not they'll ever be released completely, I don't know. That is way beyond me. But I'll tell you what, I mean, if the list ever does come out though, and he is on the list, okay, I will no longer support him. But if the list comes out and he's not on it, then you know what? To everybody out there that's sitting there saying that Trump is on the list, Trump's a PDF file or whatever, you guys can all go kick rocks. That is all I'm going to say about that. But anyways, back to the Charlie Kirk situation. You know, like, you know, you do have people on the left that are giving out their condolences. And then, you know, you got people on the left that are just sitting there just cheering about the fact that Charlie Kirk was gunned down. And then you got people on the right that are just sitting there saying, oh, we need to start attacking people on the left. We need to start going to war with people. We need to start doing this and that, da-da-da-da-da. Like, okay. As much as I don't blame people for feeling that way, and as much as I am extremely pissed off about what happened to Charlie Kirk, I hate to say it, but you know, I'm not going to say who all is saying it or who all is acting this way, but this crap is not going to help. You know, I'm sorry. You know, to everybody, you know, as much as I am pissed off about what happened with Charlie Kirk, causing more chaos and sitting there going after people is not going to help the situation. I'm sorry, it just isn't. You know, I totally understand everybody's point of view, and, you know, people are fed up with things. You know, this isn't the first time that a liberal has tried gunning down a conservative. Like, you know, last year there was an attempted assassination towards Trump. And then a few days ago, there was an assassination of Charlie Kirk. You know, I do want some action to be taken, believe me. But at the same time, like, saying all these things are not going to make anything better. Or doing any of these things. That's for sure. Like, you know, I do agree that there is some action out there that does need to be taken. But do I want for anybody else to get hurt or killed? No. You know, it's like, people are pissed off. I get it. Believe me, I am too. I'm pissed off about the fact that Charlie Kirk was assassinated and that a lot of people are making fun of the dude. I'm pissed, but I'm also pissed off about the fact that everybody wants to sit there and just start going after everybody else at this point. You know, everybody wants action and answers to everything. That is totally understood. But some of you guys need to think about what you're saying. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible. This isn't me being sympathetic to people that I don't like, being sympathetic to people who are sitting there making fun of the death of Charlie Kirk. No. To anybody out there that is making fun of the death of Charlie Kirk, fuck all of them. But you do have people on the left that are very sympathetic for what happened to Charlie Kirk and his family, who are grieving right now. You know, maybe there is some action that needs to be taken. I just don't know at this point. I do believe something needs to be done. Whether it be, like things like rallies, like I do think that places like that do need to freaking triple up on security, like security guards, cops, paramedics, a lot of people. This is a situation that definitely should have been avoided. Had they upped the security and had the place well more secured. There's a lot that I want to say about this. There's a lot that I haven't said about this situation that I want to say. And this is the third video I've made talking about the Charlie Kirk situation. But no matter what I say, no matter how much I say, it's not going to bring back what happened to Charlie Kirk. It's not going to bring him back to life. It's not going to make the situation any better. It's just... the least we can do is pray for Charlie Kirk's family and all of his close friends and everybody in Turning Point. Not only that, but I just pray that one of these days people can stop being so freaking one-sided about everything and just start looking into what really needs worked on. Start caring for everybody, regardless of their side of politics. We have enough negativity going on in this country as is, School shootings happening, violence in big cities, people getting hurt or killed over how they think. There's a lot of things that I think we as Americans need to work on. Regardless of what side of politics you're on, regardless of what your religion is, what your race is, what your gender or sexuality is, what job you work, everything. You know, I just think people need to learn how to grow the fuck up and stop being pussies about everything. And I'm not talking about people that are mad about what happened to Charlie Kirk. I'm talking about people that don't want to sit there and man up and come face to face with people. Sit there and have a talk with them, be a man, and, you know, give out their side of opinions on things. Because sitting there hurting and killing people, the second you think that that is okay, just because of somebody thinking a certain way that you don't like, you're not going to win the argument. There is no excuse for things like that to happen. If you're talking about somebody that has killed a lot of people, or somebody who thinks it's okay to do inappropriate things to children, you know what? I am right there with you. But all Charlie Kirk did was give out his opinions and beliefs in the most respectful way possible. I don't know why some people out there are having a hard time looking into that. And it blows my fucking mind. Like I said, to everybody who's still sitting there, you know, making fun of what happened to Charlie Kirk, in the most respectful way, fuck you. To everybody on the left that does feel for what happened to Charlie, you have my respect. To everybody that's sitting there saying things like, we want war, we want violence, that's not going to bring back Charlie Kirk. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible as well. That's all I have to say. You guys all take care now. God bless America. God bless Charlie Kirk's family. You guys all be safe now.